Hey guys, and welcome to another tutorial. And in this tutorial, we will be taking a look at UI debugging. This might come in handy if your engine is crashing because of UI, and we will take a look on how that looks in a minute. So, few things about me. My name is Jan. I'm CryENGINE developer for many years. I updated the photo, obviously, because it's been some time since I made any tutorial. Uh, I do environment art, I do flow graph scripting, level design, and writing. And I'm currently working on a horror game called Colita, which is currently in early access. So what will we do in this tutorial? We will debug the UI, we will fix the crashes related to the UI, and we will fix the exception access violation, which is basically your indication that something is wrong with the UI. And we will talk a little bit about the UI system in CryEngine and why this is happening. What we won't do, we won't do any changes to the source code of CryEngine, and we won't edit the UI elements themselves, although they are important, but that they are the cause in many instances, but we won't be taking a look at it this time. So, exception access violation. If you see this, that basically means that something is wrong with the UI. It appears in game.log or editor.log. It can happen both in the game and the editor. And you will always see that at the bottom of the log. CryEngine has a certain memory allocation for UI, and so if you add more to the memory that is allowed, then the engine will crash. So you can use this console variable gfx underscore debug draw equals 1, and that will give you pretty nice debug for all the UI elements. Now, the solution you can do is find the UI element that causes the crash. It might not be just one element, it might be also that you have a lot of UI elements active at the same time, or it can be one UI element that causes the crash. Or you can edit the engine code and make the memory allocation bigger, but we won't be focusing on that. So as I said, we will use GFX debug draw to find out what's the issue. Okay, so I already have game.log, and basically if you would use the console variable, you would basically get this, or maybe this, I don't know, but you wouldn't get everything else that's on the top. And you would basically see this, and it would start over here with this. You can see memory could not be written, that's because we allocated much more to the memory that is allowed, and we had this exception access violation. Now in editor.log, it looks pretty much the same. It's just different different file, and you can find those files in the main directory of your game. So how to what we will do is we will go to user.cfg located in the game folder. If there isn't one, you should create one. Simply go to new text document. You should also have the enabled the extension, file extension view in the Windows, and instead of new document.txt, you would type in user.cfg. Then you will open it. I already opened it, and just enter GFX debug throw, and then you would run your game, which I'm not gonna do because I already did that, and you will get this. You get much more information about what's going on in the engine. And so if I go just below what you would get without it, I can see there are a bunch of errors, but we are looking for this one, critical exception. That's it. And so you can see not only the time, but also what element is causing the issue. So now you have to kind of go into it and try to make it smaller in this case. Now this can also happen if you have multiple UI elements enabled, as I said, and I will show you how to fix that. That usually happens in the game. You, for example, run the game, it runs well, and at a certain spot, when certain UI is enabled, for example, the game will crash. So that's an indication that you have too many UI elements active at the same time, and you need to unload some of them, which I'm going to show you how to do in FlowGraph. Basically, if you don't unload the UI elements, everything from the UI elements will stay in memory. So for example, if you have functions, if you have events, everything is still in the memory until you unload it. So you need to make sure you unload the UI elements that you don't need. But also keep in mind that if you unload the UI elements, that also means that there is nothing stored there. So if you use any functions, for example, for localization or anything, you need to call them again. So just give it a moment. This is actually my game accolator. So we will see a little bit of that. Just get rid of this. And we want, here I have all the UI scripts, and basically if you don't need that UI element, you would just go to unload and unload Bootstrapper. I actually don't know what kind of input does the job, but I use both of them and it works just fine. Now if you I want to show you one more thing. For example, over here I have some UI elements. This is connected to the localization system, and this is just the opacity that I made. Now, all of this would be last when you unload the element. So you need to call each of all of those functions of the UI element again if you want to use it again. And so basically, if I would be more practical with my example, which you might already noticed, after starting the game, I, for example, unload the UI for the main menu. Or I unload the version because I'm not using it. I unload the main screen that sort of like a news screen that we have in a Colita, because I won't be using that in game. So I'm unloading the unnecessary UI elements from the game. So that's another thing you can do. That's pretty much all for this tutorial. I hope it was a little bit useful for you. I hope you learned something new. Again, I apologize for not uploading new tutorials, but I just didn't have the not the incentive, that's not the right word, but I didn't have ideas for the tutorials. And so if you have any idea for a tutorial, or you want to know something in CryEngine, please do let me know in the comments so that I can make more videos. I'm doing mainly tutorials on problems that I have encountered, but if you do want to know more, just do let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, you can support me by giving me a like or subscribing. Thank you for watching, and see you later.